What's up, everybody?
My name is Anthony Irvin.
You beat yourself?
Yeah,
Yeah, CB myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Jim Green.
Don't even need a hit of traffic light.
Okay, good.
Welcome to
One set.
Have you ever wanted to start your podcast but didn't know where to start? The One Set Bros are here to talk to you about Zencastr. Zencastr is the ultimate-based podcasting solution and now the all-in-one podcasting platform, making podcasting easy. They've sure made it easy for us to be able to record our podcast and our episodes every week for you guys. Once you've set up your account, you're simply one click away from recording a high-quality podcast with studio-quality sound and up to 4K video with your guests. My personal favorite feature is their multi-layered backups, which ensure our recordings are always in the highest quality, even during unstable web connections. And if you thought you needed multiple tools and services for your podcast, Zencastr's all-in-one podcasting platform allows you to create your podcast all in one place and distribute to Spotify, Apple, and other major destinations. Go to Zencastr.com/pricing and use our code OneSetPod, and you'll get 30% off your first month of any Zencastr paid plan. I want you to have the same easy experiences we do with all our podcasting and content needs. It's time to share your story. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the One Set Podcast. My name is Anthony Irvin, and we have a special guest that came back today. My co-host, my best friend, Jim Green. What's going on, man?
What's up, Ant? How we doing?
Welcome back, man.
Yeah, went up to school. My teacher wasn't in. We wound up a quiz that we were supposed to have tomorrow, having it today. So that was really neat.
Yeah. Swerve.
Yeah. So I got out of there at 10:30 and I was like, you know what? Let me see if Anthony's free and we can get this prediction episode in together. We got WWE Wrestlepalooza on ESPN. Wrestlepalooza, everybody.
Yeah, because I was going to ask for you to probably just do like a 5-10 minute, quickie type thing, and I'll just put it in here.
I planned on it. I was going to.
I was like, I'll just like fill it in here. But then you got to me this morning. I'm like, dude, I was probably going to record today anyway, just to get it done for the week. Cause I got some other things. I got another show this weekend, but dude, we're here. Let's, talk some wrestling. We have, the first Wrestlepalooza, in Indianapolis. When I think Indianapolis, it seems like they haven't really talked much about it, but I can't see them not having a Pat McAfee segment. I heard he's going to be back on the mic this week. So
yeah, I don't know if he's on the mic or if they're just going to feature him in the ring with a spot or something.
One or the other.
Yeah, he's
I'm all
definitely
for it.
going to be there. I mean, his show, the Pat McAfee show, is on ESPN. I can't imagine why he wouldn't be. I know he had Triple H on the Pat show, on his show.
Right.
Last week. I caught a short clip of it, and Triple H was spoiling Cody Rhodes is going to be at Wrestlepalooza. This was before, the SmackDown thing had happened. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I kind of figured for Wrestlepalooza that they were going to try to swing Cody in there somehow. Just makes sense.
Yeah, because he had now started promoting the fact that his Street Fighter thing is done. So, I guess he's done all his scenes and everything so he can come back, which, I thought it was weird the fact that, he beat Cena at SummerSlam, but then he just went away.
Yeah.
So he just had the belt and then he hasn't even defended it yet. But I guess they needed to get Cena off the belt to get him back into the face type of position he's in now. Cause I guess you still probably could have swung him the other way with the belt, but I don't know.
It's curious to me though, at least with Cena not having the belt, it's could we be, and we'll talk about this when we get to the actual prediction, could that mean that we actually do have Brock Lesnar beat John Cena? John Cena just never beats Brock Lesnar.
Right, right.
We'll talk about that when we get to that match. We'll go through that more. I think Drew McIntyre doing the Claymore to Cody through the commentary table was supposed to write him off TV for a month so that he could go film and then get out of there and get back. Yeah, I didn't realize how much SmackDown actually needed Cody Rhodes. Like, watching SmackDown and him not being there was like real weird. Right?
Yeah, it really does.
So it feels good to have him back. I mean, the week before, we got the Brock and Cena opening, and then we got the AJ Lee return in Chicago. Big stuff.
Right.
I guess they were just like, oh, SmackDown's in Chicago, but we're going to get this storyline on SmackDown because it's Chicago. We can't do it any other way.
It couldn't have happened at a better time, just going right through Chicago. I mean, you could have put all your money on the fact that it was going to, hopefully, have her return that night. And then they got it on Raw. So at least they got both shows to be able to do it that way. So,
yeah. I got to say, this card does feel a little bit like just slapped together real fast. Let's talk about this Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer match for the vacant Women's World Championship.
Yeah, I have a couple scenarios with this one.
Yeah, so obviously the Naomi vacating was unexpected. Shout out to Naomi and Big Jim.
Yeah, Jimmy.
I think I mean, if anything, Naomi's return is going to be massive, just like Liv Morgan's return is going to be massive. Like, it's wild to me how much we've progressed. And when I say we've progressed, I mean the women's division in WWE and wrestling as like in general. Just thinking about how established that these women superstars become, to the point of we're talking about when they're injured, that their returns are going to be that massive.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just telling in itself, right?
10 years ago, you wouldn't even care about saying like, oh, well, she'll just be here when she's here. But like we know, especially, I mean, with how you said Naomi, I put so much emphasis on the fact that this is like the best, character she's came up with. And since like the WrestleMania thing, I thought it was perfect. She's doing her best work, and it's, unfortunate, but we're proud of her for the fact of why she's leaving. But it couldn't have came at such the unfortunate time, because she was just starting to make that climb. She got the championship, and she was going to start going and doing so many good things. But that pop when she comes back is going to be amazing.
Yeah, I will say, and this literally just popped in my head. So we got news. We got a big announcement last Friday about WrestleMania 43 being in Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes.
So this Naomi thing, and by thing I mean like her hiatus now that she's vacated, that big triple threat between her and Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, we were like, okay, it's definitely happening at WrestleMania 42. Now it's not.
Right.
I can't see them doing that match in Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania 43. One, they're not going to be able to drag that feud out for another year and a half, right? Like that whole.
No.
If anything, Naomi coming back after WrestleMania, they might as well just pull the trigger on it for next year's SummerSlam and say, yeah, we know the magnitude of the match is definitely WrestleMania worthy. I would be livid if they tried to stretch it out and put it at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. I can't see that being a thing.
Right.
You just look at Liv Morgan and Stephanie Vaquer and Seth Rollins up there at the press conference where they made the announcement. Nobody's happy about this. Okay?
No, I didn't see one smile.
Yeah, nobody's happy. I mean, this is just telling.
It's a big money grab for sure, but it's understandable when you get to that big of a business. You're always going to think, what's the biggest move to make us, that much more money? But there's so many other places that you can see that deserve it. Probably before that.
I mean, London is the big one that everyone's like, I can't believe that Saudi Arabia is getting a WrestleMania before London, but that is what Saudi Arabia was like. We'll give you this big bag of money if you have WrestleMania here, and they're like, okay, sold.
Sure, sold.
Fine.
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, it's been really telling that it's all about the money. It came out that someone at the top of TKO was like, yeah, Vince McMahon catered ticket prices for families to be able to attend. And that's why we WWE is so far behind UFC, and UFC is doing these numbers all the way up here. We got a lot of work to do, but we'll get there. And I was like, man, I thought that by the time I got through school and got a decent job that I could afford to like get good tickets for WrestleMania. I was like, I'll get there by WrestleMania 50, right?
Right.
Those prices are going to be Super Bowl level expensive. Like it's going to be
even for Wrestlepalooza. There was a thing that I saw on TikTok that this lady or girl, whatever, her and her boyfriend, they went to SummerSlam and they paid $900 each to sit at the entrance ramp, which again, $900 is a lot, but pretty reasonable price for that spot.
You're at the entrance, like
for Wrestlepalooza, they want $6,000. Like who? And she said, and I agree, who is buying these tickets? Like, who can afford that? Especially for one person. I can see if they're doing group like tickets, maybe like 6,000 for four or five, then that would be a good deal. But one ticket, $6,000.
Yeah, $1,500 for a front row seat.
And no offense for this card, $6,000, no way.
No way.
John Cena and Brock Lesnar, maybe if it was their first time, maybe. But this is what, their third or fourth, and they're on their way out. So, I mean, again, I don't doubt that it's going to not be a great match, but still, $6,000, especially in that type of, and if you're thinking $6,000 for there, and there's going to be even crazier prices. But just the fact that ticket prices are going to be getting way out of control for WrestleMania. Yeah, I don't even know. I can't even think about the fact that if we are going to be going back to a WrestleMania at this point, because if they're that much in Indianapolis, can you imagine what they're going to be like at like MetLife, or even if they come back to the Link? It's going to be insane.
Yeah, I'm not excited about that. So the card, let's get back to Io Sky, Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer won the Battle Royal at Women's Evolution back in July to be able to challenge for the Women's World title at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That got pivoted. Or no, that was for Clash in Paris. They got rid of the Clash in Paris thing once Naomi was vacating the title.
Correct.
So now they weren't sure what they were going to do. I mean, the writing was on the wall to just do this match. They should have just done it in Paris. Mm-hmm. But I think they held it off the card because they wanted to put it on Wrestlepalooza because they
needed something.
That whole thing, that whole ESPN deal was coming into fruition. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a stellar match, by all means, but there's no build to it.
No,
whatsoever.
not at all.
Stephanie Vaquer apparently hasn't been featured on TV because they've been having her work on her English speaking skills, is what I just heard earlier today. I'm like, okay, if they're having her work on her English speaking skills, that sounds like they're going to put the title on her. Io Sky does not need the title because she's going to be, they're starting this feud with Asuka and the Kabuki Warriors, right? So we're going to get the Kabuki Warriors against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky at some point. Io with the belt doesn't make sense. I've got Stephanie Vaquer winning this. I just hope that they give her a reign that's meaningful. Like, at this point right now, nobody in the women's division cares about going after Stephanie Vaquer, right?
No.
So,
and that was my kind of thing too. Like, either you're going to give Stephanie Vaquer the belt and let her run with it, because again, Io Sky is having this big thing with Rhea Ripley and Asuka. You know, Rhea Ripley and Asuka are to start feuding out sooner than later. So you got to get that belt off of Io to give her some stuff, or the fact they if they want to keep it on Io for some odd reason, it's going to go into like a disqualification type of scenario. But for the fact that you're saying that if they're working on Stephanie's English, they're working on it for a reason, for the fact that she's going to be doing more promos.
Yep.
So she's probably going to be, they're going to stick the belt on her.
Yeah.
So, I will definitely say, on the fact of my two situations, I think the more realistic one would be Stephanie getting the win here, and then Io going off with the feud with Rhea and Rhea and Asuka.
Yep.
So that seems like the way to go. So yeah, I'm going to agree with you that Stephanie gets the win here.
Yeah, and I gotta say, like, I think Stephanie is she's already a star. I think she's going to be a mega star down the way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just think I think it's very early for it to be her first title win. We needed a good, solid feud with her on the main roster to get us a little bit more invested in her character. That's just my take.
It's almost like how they introduced us to Paige. She, debuted that night and took the title off of AJ Lee.
Yeah.
So unless you watched NXT, you barely knew who Paige was.
Yep. So
I mean, for me, I barely remember her first run in WWE. So again, could be the same thing for Stephanie Vaquer, that, I mean, she has gotten so much hype from NXT, but there's people that really don't watch NXT, so they don't know, they only know her from how long she's been on the main roster, and the fact that she's not consistently on TV, so not everybody's really invested in her unless you know her background. So once they strap this belt on her,
they better make her like TV worthy.
They need to give her the time to have people invest in what she needs to do. So,
stonks.
Yeah,
right? Just stonks.
She definitely needs to, hopefully they put her in the right situations. So,
Stephanie Velcro for the win. Right?
Velcro.
Moving on here, we have the Usos reunited, taking on the Vision, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker.
The Bronze.
Braun squared. B&B security. So I gotta say, like, it's cool that Jimmy Uso has something of
relevance.
Yeah. Albeit it is him in a tag team with Jey Uso. Look, this is just telling that they can always go back to being a tag team, and they're gonna be better together than they are apart. Like,
absolutely. Yeah. I mean,
basically, Jimmy Uso on the mic just super outshines Jey. Like, Jey,
he's definitely way better. I mean, it's like if they were one person, it would have been that much better. But I definitely think Jimmy has more of the better mic skills than Jey.
Yeah. See this? This is the Usos. Right? This is the Usos.
Right.
Okay. Hold on a second. You know where this is going. Just gonna take one of these out here.
Yeah.
Here's Jimmy. And here's Jey. Whoops. The remote won't work with just one of them, right? Like, absolutely. So, there's charge in this one battery. They have enough to kind of stand in the ring and go at it. But that's how I feel about the Usos at this point.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think they both do what they need to do as single competitors. It's good to see Jey getting his, main roster, push and everything. But if you had to give me, a scenario of bringing the Usos back or just letting them continue to do their single stuff, I would say bring them both and continue to do their tag team stuff.
Yep.
It would just almost kind of be like the Hardys. I mean, Jeff and Matt were good as single people, but if I had to pick, give me the Hardys any day.
Give me the tag team. Yeah. I will say, like, we got to give each of them credit for their singles runs that they have had. Definitely Jey more than Jimmy, but I definitely think that LA Knight gets involved here with Jey Uso having speared LA.
100%.
And again, how do you have the Vision go out there and lose if we're trying to establish them as
right?
We already have Roman Reigns beat Bronson Reed at Clash in Paris. You're not going to have this and have the Usos just beat out Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker.
Because I think we're definitely, foreshadowing some type of like heel turn with Jay.
Yeah,
in some way.
At least he'll be a tweener where like there's definite like dissension between Jimmy and Jay. I don't know if they full blown go like, hey, Jey Uso's the heel and Jimmy's the face, which is like an interesting turn from the WrestleMania 40 dynamic, and then maybe Roman comes back in to try to bring them back together kind of thing.
Yeah, because I think you're going to get the Survivor Series War Games match. So you're going to have Roman, the Usos, and, possibly, well, it probably can't be Sami Zayn at this point. It might just be maybe we get a returning Jacob Fatu. And then, you'll have Solo and everybody, but it's probably going to be the Vision because everybody's feuding with the Vision. Solo and everybody's kind of like out on left field
on SmackDown. Yeah, I mean, Sami Zayn is gone. I mean, you could throw LA Knight in there.
You could.
I don't know.
I mean, CM Punk was in there last year, so don't really think that's going to happen again. So you would have to have that type of audible like person in there. So like either LA Knight or something. So I think that's where they'll probably head off after from this is you're going to be keeping the Usos intact for a Survivor Series War Games match with Roman and some other people. So you can't break Jay into like a full-fledged heel yet. So maybe, he's going to keep on doing this tweener, like, seeming like he's going to turn, but he still is, face, but it could happen somewhere in the Survivor Series War Games match that he goes full-fledged and just goes off of that, because I agree with how he's saying that like, maybe my ways of how I've been going at are not working anymore. I need to change something. But, the whole thing, what Jimmy was saying, he's like, dude, you're not talking the way you usually do. You're starting to talk like Roman. So, because we did get the moment where Jay was getting advice from Roman, and he was saying, just don't trust anybody, only trust yourself, and blah blah blah. So that's kind of like a Roman Reigns type of thing back when he was that type of guy. So Jay's been holding on to that information. So that's definitely going to be in the back of his mind during this match. I definitely think we'll have some moments of him kind of doubting and having some heelish moments, but I think I agree that the Vision's gonna get this by some either disqualification or, like you said, LA Knight's gonna try to help out, and him and Jay are gonna get into some type of thing and cause a wrap up pin by the Vision. They get it somehow. So
yeah,
I'll take the Vision winning this one.
Me too. And the biggest mixed tag team match of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, one on this magnitude has not happened ever. Triple H was saying on Pat's show, like, I guess the biggest one in recent memory was Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle against Stephanie and Triple H at WrestleMania 34. Like
that too.
That was big just because of who was in the match, but the feud stakes are just on another planet in this one, right?
Yeah. And then we had The Miz and Maurice, and then Edge and Beth. That was pretty decent.
Yeah, and
there was a couple cool spots with that.
We had them against John Cena and Nikki Bella too. But again, you're talking about two women wrestlers that are polarizing.
Yes,
in the women's wrestling field.
I would say if you're talking, it's one thing that they've always had like the strong, side on the men's side, but I think this is the first time you're getting two legit women wrestlers that are up on their stride. I mean, Beth Phoenix was great. Maurice was kind of I really wasn't watching at the time of her prime. And then you had Nikki Bella and all this. So that, again, my opinion.
Mode.
Yeah, Bremo.
Oh, God.
Really, I wouldn't say, this is probably the best women's wrestling, mixed tag combo that you would had in this type of mixed tag
and
situation.
you got CM Punk and Seth Rollins who fight forever, and their wives are in on it. Like, it doesn't really get any bigger than this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have high hopes for this one. I hope it definitely, oversells all the rest of the matches. I can't not see CM Punk and AJ Lee getting the win.
I think AJ Lee's got to pin Becky Lynch to validate her getting that women's intercontinental title match, right? Like, that's what, and them two breaking off and feuding on their own, and then Seth and CM going back to, like, going in
doing
different
what
directions,
they want to,
even though they'll always come back to each other.
Yeah.
Right. We'll get Seth Rollins being able to defend that World Heavyweight Championship against someone else. CM Punk will feud with someone else, maybe LA Knight, right?
Yeah.
Because the seeds have been planted for that. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Cody Rhodes ain't losing the first match if there's more than just this one match. I would be thrilled to see Drew McIntyre with that WWE Championship, whether it be down the line and it's you throw Randy Orton in the mix for triple threat, and you have, because we got Drew pinning Randy Orton on SmackDown this past Friday, clean. But in a triple threat situation where there's no disqualifications, Cody Rhodes doesn't have to eat the pin to lose that title, and from there, Drew McIntyre can go elsewhere, and we can get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania with no title on the line, and it's not even needed.
Right.
I mean, at this point, I think that Randy Orton's punt is going to Cody Rhodes, because that's going to get all the heat on Randy Orton, and it's going to make Cody the biggest baby, because that's what Randy Orton does. He turns into the full-fledged heel, and he makes the face feel like a full-blown face, right? Like, so, I mean, that seems to be the natural progression of things, but I can also see where Triple H wants to keep that title on Cody Rhodes until WrestleMania. I'd rather he didn't, because I don't think Cody Rhodes needs the title like that all the time. And we're also coming off of Roman Reigns holding the belt for 4 years straight, that I'm not really interested in long title reigns anymore. Like,
at this point, I mean, I can't not see, I agree with you. Drew taking it would be amazing, but I don't think Cody loses right now.
Not now. Not
Not
yet.
now.
I think maybe at the Rumble, if Cody Rhodes isn't going into WrestleMania with the title, he can keep it till the Rumble, and then that way Mania season, the title's not even a thing, and it's just him and Orton.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins the Rumble can face Drew McIntyre. And dude, could you imagine Obafemi versus Drew McIntyre?
Yeah, man.
Dude, I don't think that's happening just yet, because I feel like the main roster is so saturated with top-level talent that all of the NXT guys are just hanging out down there waiting for their turn, waiting for people to retire so that they can slide in.
I thought for a good moment they were going to start bringing him up, but I agree. I don't think he's just going to be lost in the abyss of all those wrestlers right now. So I think he's just too good to just keep him down there, keep honing your craft and doing whatever. Because once you get that call up, you'll be ready. I'm not saying that he's not, but just that extra probably year will be milestones to really be, putting in when you actually get that call up, and you'll be ready, because that dude's gonna be a star.
He'll be on Kevin Owens level coming into the main roster if they keep him for a little longer, and that's what you need to do, right?
Even the fact that you just put him on the main roster for the Rumbles and like certain things like open challenges and stuff like that, just spare the moment things, just getting his name on the main roster, but not him being an active person yet. But yeah, he will definitely be one of the next ones coming up for sure.
Yeah. Just a sidebar, because Rusev, right? I was like, okay, what are they going to do with Rusev after Sheamus? Apparently, Ilya Dragunov is coming back, and we're getting Ilya and Rusev program, and I'm like, I am here for that one. Let's have it. Let's have it. If it goes a different way, I'll be
Whoopsie.
But I gotta say, we just found out Andrade is gone.
I saw that too,
out of nowhere, and I was like, all right.
There's been a lot of speculations about what happened, though.
Yeah,
so.
I did read that he was kind of a pain in the ass to work with backstage, and I was like, okay, if you're tough to work with, nobody wants to work with you. Like, again, like I just said, the roster is saturated with talent. So if you're gonna be that guy, you're gonna get weaseled out real fast. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Too bad. The guy was super talented in the ring. I always loved a lot.
I was really,
stuff.
Stoked when he came back, and I thought he was doing a lot of good work. Supposedly, I also heard that he, failed a sobriety or like the wellness thing, that he failed it. But again, I was like, but they wouldn't usually put you on the alumni section because of that. So like they had to have had something, the fact that he had a contract coming up, he probably didn't want to sign, that type of thing, like with the Karrion Kross thing, that, they probably tried to work out something. He didn't want to. And with probably how you were saying, with his, stuff backstage, that never goes good with you either. So
yeah, Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, they've failed wellness checks before, and they just eat the suspension for 30 days, right?
Yep.
When you got backstage heat on you and you fail the wellness, it's just kind of like, well, the straw that broke the camel's back, you're out of here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just trying to grab at some miscellaneous things outside of Cena and Lesnar before we get into that.
Yeah. I mean, to wrap up the Cody Rhodes and Drew, like I said, I don't see Cody, especially since this is his first defense after winning it back at SummerSlam. I don't see him losing it that quickly. Yeah. So it's an easy thing for me to say that Cody's going to take this. I think it'll be a good match because we haven't seen Cody since SummerSlam, and he's going to look good. So I think it'll be a decent match.
Yeah. Yeah. I love how both of those guys work.
I love Lamp.
I love Lamp. Yeah. Drew McIntyre getting these title shots is great. He should be. And
right.
Hopefully he does get the title. I mean, for a guy that carried the title during COVID, the guy deserves a legit championship run, right?
He does, instead of like a 5-second.
And then Damian Priest cashes in on him. Yeah.
Right.
But I will say that was the best thing that ever happened to Drew McIntyre, was him getting the CM Punk feud, because the guy just took it to another level. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. I will say, I don't know why I keep saying, I will say this. Like, no kidding. I'm going to say it.
I'm going to say it.
There are no scheduled Raw or SmackDown appearances between Wrestlepalooza and what are they doing? Crown Jewel in Australia, I think, is their next one. So whatever happens at the end of this match, it has to set up, because John Cena is already advertised for that Australia show. Either Brock is beating Cena and then we get a rematch in Australia between the two of them. I don't want to see that, just because Cena's matches are numbered.
Yeah, so you don't want to pull a double on that.
Yeah.
Because I think we're under 5 at this point, right? He's under like 5 appearances at this point.
Yeah, and it's like Wrestlepalooza, the show in Australia, War Games. I think he's on the card for War Games.
He probably will.
And then Saturday Night Main Event in December.
Which got moved.
Yeah.
From Boston to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, that was WWE asked Boston for this much money and Boston didn't want to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just money. Like DC was like, yeah, we'll give you the money. So that's what they're doing.
Absolutely.
I can't see. It's so weird because I can't see them bringing Lesnar back after all this time to just lose to John Cena.
Unless Brock has taken a thing to kind of, it wouldn't even be a passing of the torch because they're both on the same level of, not same level of stardom, but like, that can't be a passing of the torch, but I guess it's more of a respect thing. Like kind of how, Rock was always beating Cena and Cena finally beat Rock. You can probably take this as the same thing. Cena has yet to beat Brock, and third time's a charm. John finally beats Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Cena hasn't beat Lesnar since Cena made that 2012 return and just did the SummerSlam squash situation.
Yeah,
as far as I remember. So this could be like, oh, Cena gets the last laugh on Brock, and Brock doesn't care. In the grand scheme of things.
As long as he gets paid, that's fine.
Brock Lesnar could be back literally just for this and then be gone. Who knows? I am looking forward to the match. Like, it could be the last time we ever see the both of them.
Exactly, that too. Not even just John Cena, but it could be the last time you see Brock in a ring or doing anything WWE. I think everybody was surprised that he came back in general.
Yeah.
But it could just be a one-off for him and get his paycheck and go. But don't doubt that it's gonna be a great match. But I'll just say with my gut that John Cena gets the win.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't see there being a reason for Lesnar to need to win this match.
No. Unless, like you were mentioning, that unless they're going to do a second one for Crown Jewel. But I think since you're having Cena with small numbers of appearances left, you don't want to be doing, let's run it back, because you want to try to get as many people with him as he can at this point.
Right.
But you're thinking, like, who else, if you're thinking, we could probably end with this, like, who else are we probably thinking those last, 3 or 4 matches are going to be, if not Lesnar? We're having Lesnar, and, if we're having 3 more Cena matches, who are we thinking he's probably going to be going after? I would probably like to think if AJ Styles maybe gets one.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad about it.
No.
We know that AJ Styles is one of the safest workers in the business.
Mm-hmm.
So, and size-wise, someone that John Cena can handle working with.
Right.
Which is why it was curious to me that we were getting Cena and Lesnar again. Because I'm like, if John Cena's supposed to, like, not get hurt because he's got these movies going on, you're putting him in the ring with Brock. Like, definitely, like, wasn't expecting that.
No.
I think we have to have a Cena Seth Rollins match at some point, right?
Yeah, now that Seth is actually okay, I would think you would probably get Seth, maybe Roman one more time. Trying to think who else. We got CM Punk out of the way.
The Gunther
that would have been great.
Gunther retiring Cena was the word. But I think Seth Rollins is the bigger draw. Like, overall, it's, can John Cena win the world championship in his final match in WWE from Seth Rollins?
Yeah.
Or is Seth Rollins going to retire John Cena just to give him that much more heat?
Mm-hmm. So
I'm not going to be mad at either one. I just think that Seth Rollins is the bigger match, so it should be the last match. It's also a matter of, like, how many of these are Cena winning. Like, Cena's not losing to AJ Styles.
No.
he could lose to Brock Lesnar, but I don't think it's going to happen. He basically lost to Cody Rhodes to basically be like passing the torch kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm. He lost the Rumble
to Jay,
and then he won the Elimination Chamber. So,
and then he won all his title defenses.
Won at Mania. Won all his title defenses except the SummerSlam. He just beat Logan Paul. So you could go either way with Brock Lesnar, but I'm still going to stick with the fact that Cena will probably get the win with Brock Lesnar because I like the fact that you can base it off of the fact that he has yet to beat Brock Lesnar. So it'll be one final time, and he finally gets his win, just like The Rock.
Right, and then you have if Seth Rollins beats Cena in the final match, then you had two guys pin John Cena in his retirement tour, and it's Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So kind of like the two guys that beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That was Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. They were like the two main guys after the fact. You have the two big guys that beat John Cena in his retirement tour, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. They're your two top guys outside of Roman Reigns. Is this, he's on his own level of God mode. Yeah. I mean, I hope we get an AJ Styles match. I also wouldn't be mad if we got John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. Like, Dom just winning the AAA Mega Championship.
Yeah.
Like, he could put his Intercontinental title on the line against John Cena, and John Cena could get that Grand Slam thing in there. And then we could get the AJ Styles IC match, and then AJ Styles wins it off of Cena.
Wins off Cena. Yeah.
I mean, that totally diminishes what I just said about your two guys being Roman and Seth beating Cena, but you could have Cena cost. You could have Seth Rollins cost John Cena the IC title to AJ Styles to set up the Cena and Seth match.
Mm-hmm. Fantasy, a little fantasy things, but yeah, it'll be great. It'll be cool how this fall is going to go into the Mania season.
Yeah.
Even though we're not going to be having Cena through the Mania season, but just leading up to the Rumble and these last couple of months with Cena is going to be interesting how he's going to end his little career. So
his little career.
I was going to say little career. Wow. Whoopsie.
I mean, the guy's got to be a shoo-in for headlining the Hall of Fame, though, right? Like, that's definitely happening.
WrestleMania 43.
Dude.
Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Like, who wants to be inducted and be in Saudi Arabia? Like, nobody.
Yeah, right. I mean, they're already trying to get, Taker, Rock, and Austin to be coming. I'm like, dude, Austin's going to be 62, and whoopsie, Taker's going to be like 80 years old at that point.
I mean, they wanted Taker, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, and The Rock to wrestle.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania 43. And it's like, dude, have you seen Shawn Michaels lately? Like, he is not wrestling.
No, the only person that is physically able to still is The Rock.
Yeah.
And even Austin looked good against KO, but we were all kind of like, dude, he's going to kill himself.
By the time WrestleMania 43 rolls around, that Stone Cold and Kevin Owens match will have happened 5 years before that. To me, I'm like, Stone Cold's good. He's got nothing left to do. Like, just leave it alone.
I mean, at this point, yeah, I'm okay with Austin not being in a ring anymore, just doing like appearances and like little things here and there. He does not need to wrestle, just like how Taker was. I mean, Taker had been done. He came back at WrestleMania 40 to do the chokeslam thing, all for that. And I don't need to see Taker in his thing again to be like, oh, let me get in the ring. I mess up. Oh, whoopsie. Now I got to do another one to redeem myself. I don't need to go through that habit again.
Nope.
Because I don't want to see that dude die in the ring.
Nope. Taker's clearly been very good with being retired. Just let Let the man.
I think he
frickin'
pretty
rest.
much knows at this point. He's like, my mind would love to, but my body is just at the point. He's like, my body tells me I can't do it.
Yeah.
My mind is ready for it, but my body cannot do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know what will be in store for 43, but rest assured they're going to do some big events. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to try to go out big for 43 if they're going to be, spilling out the money for them. They're going to try to get some pretty stellar matches. So we'll see in this next year and a half about what that's going to be in store. But if you guys are watching Wrestlepalooza this weekend, let us know. What do you think of the predictions? What are you guys thinking? Jim, it was awesome getting back with you. Not sure if you'll be back next week, but when you come back, we'll always be here. And I hope everything's working out with school with you. And, as always, make sure you guys are following us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and right here on YouTube at the handle of One Set Pod. And Jim, let everybody know where they can catch us outside of our episodes, please.
That's the Facebook group One Set Fam. Again, that's Facebook One Set Fam, where we get all of our fan-based interactions going. Football season's here. Go Birds.
Go
2-0, by the way.
Birds.
And the
Cannot
Chiefs.
believe they killed the Chiefs. We beat the Chiefs. So we were 50-50 on that game, but we beat them.
Yeah.
It wasn't the prettiest game, but a win's a win. We got some stuff to work on, but a win's a win.
Yeah, I mean, the win against the Cowboys wasn't a pretty win either. But when it all comes down to it, we are 2-0 to start the season.
At the end of the day. It's great.
What the Rams this weekend, that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But it is in Philly, which we have going for us at the very least. So
yeah, definitely.
And I was happy to be able to jump on today.
Definitely.
Probably won't be here for the next one, but I think the one or two after that, I'll definitely be back on for sure.
Yeah, and then we'll be starting to talk more a little bit about our 200th episode challenge. We got to start getting on those in a couple weeks. So we've been in the back of talking about these certain things, how we're gonna start getting these things going. So everybody look forward to that. And just like anything, thank you all for tuning in. Love you, bro. This has been One Set.
All the love to you.